What's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video, more Cyber Dragon support, episode 41. Yeah, well anyway, this new support is actually, well, it's quite okay. A new fusion monster, a new Cyber Dragon, well, a new Cyber monster, level 1 monster, which is the long-awaited Power Bond Searcher, but it's not really that great. It could have been much better, but sadly that's not the case. And they're also getting like a quick play fusion card, same with, you know, the Shadow archetype, I believe it's El Shadow Fusion. That's definitely one of the better ones. It's also searchable off of your core, so taking one quick play fusion card, that's definitely something I like. The new fusion monster, your Eternity Dragon, is okay, I guess. It's like a huge wall, and that's, I believe, its biggest purpose. You know, get it on the field. It needs 3 machine type monsters, but at least 1 Cyber Dragon monster. With the new fusion spell, it's not really that hard, since the new fusion spell has the advantage that you can use banished machine / Cyber Dragons and send them back to the deck, you know, to go for the fusion. So that's okay, I guess. But of course, its biggest advantage of your quick play fusion card is just give you the extra fusion monster on your side of the field during the battle phase, you know, deal more damage. Potentially going for something like Cyber Twin Dragon. What is it called? The Pharaohs, the new level 1. I guess it's okay. You know, it has like a built-in special summon effect. It has a built-in polymerization effect. That's all cool, but it's a little bit lackluster. The reason why you're playing it is because it's searching your Power Bond, but again, as I mentioned multiple times in my previous videos, Overload Fusion just outclasses Power Bond in every way. And, you know, okay, I'm making 1 copy of Power Bond just in case I can search it with my new level 1 monsters, since again, it's a machine, you can foolish burgle it to the grave with Rampage. I guess it's fine, but you can only search Power Bond if a fusion monster on your side of the field is destroyed by battle, and that will like never, really just never happen. So I guess it's fine if you're playing it, but as you will see, I think that the changes I would make to this build is add in a couple of more hand traps like in my previous build, and probably drop the level 1 the Pharaohs and the Power Bond, and then I think this list is very, very solid. Okay, let's see a couple of example duels. Okay, first example, this was a fantastic one. The opponent starts off again going second this time, that's all good. I'm not really sure, but you know, Pendulum Magicians I believe is going to end with definitely Electromite, I believe Norito as well, and I believe the rank 4 Magician Exceed. My opening end is definitely good. Opening core, well, you know, like in the early days you had to hard draw into core most of the time, but now you have a gazillion searches. Okay, the opponent does use Omega and eventually banishes core, so that's a big hit, but again, using those new search cards can search out another core and get the engine going. Go for Seeker says, I think I can't go for game, especially with the Poison Magician. So get rid of the Norito and again use duplication, no Ash Blossom, so I can eventually establish my big board, making sure that, you know, I can use the Harpy's Feather Duster effect. Here I make a small mistake, should have gone for Infinity first and then, you know, I believe negate Black Fang, but I think Black Fang also would have triggered afterwards when it's like destroyed by Infinity, so not really sure if it would have mattered that much. But anyway, made sure that, you know, the opponent not having the extra monster zone due to summon Sorcerers and having Pleiades on my side of the field. Okay, I think I have the level 1, the Pharaohs in my graveyard, so if the Rampage is destroyed, I can potentially search out Power Bond if I'm not mistaken, but as I mentioned before, it will like never, really never happen. This was definitely a solid play on my opponent's part, going for the Boreload Dragon and, you know, getting rid of Pleiades as well, and dropping the Rampage to 1600, I believe. Top decking Upstart, but this is the most important one. Top decking Overload Fusion. That opens up so many plays. I have to force out the Infinity. He doesn't. Well, depend. I believe he only could have used Infinity 1 time, and then, you know, after that it will just minus himself with Nova, and now I can special summon my own Infinity. And, you know, if he uses his Infinity, I will just negate it, etc., etc. Here, the quick play fusion card comes in clutch, special summoning the Cyber Twin Dragon and getting back 2 banished Cyber Dragons, I believe. Yep. So I can attack for a game. So yet again, definitely one of the better matches I've had since a very long time. Going first against ABCs. Again, an okay start. Brandish is still in the main deck. I mean, guys, things go together. It gives you a nice solid draw engine if you have at least three spells, but the most important thing is get your token on the field. Your token will turn itself into a machine monster, which of course gets you the extra card from your graveyard back, but giving you the extra machine on the field, it's just an instant Zieger play, and that opens up so many plays, right? That immediately gets like a Cyber Dragon in your graveyard if you go for the Link Summon, so it just running Brandish, I think you have to, right? You summon sorcerers. I think my plan was to give him like the Cyber Dragon Hertz and then go for a Skull Dread, but I eventually dropped Skull Dread also from the main deck, so here, yeah, going for the fusion wasn't really that important. One back row, right? I'm not really sure what that was. It warning? I think it was warning, but you know, having multiple monsters on the field to deal much damage, a lot of damage, was already enough. So the opponent got to start. My opening hand is, I guess, fine. The lack of hand traps definitely hurts, right? So that's one of the changes I would probably make, is again adding in more hand traps, Ghost Ogre, maybe Ash Blossom as well. I think the Infinite, what is it called? I forgot its TCG name. The Infinite Transience is definitely needed against something like that, right? Vortex, Norito, or other Floodgate monsters, right? That's an okay field, having the multiple protection Norito and potentially, yeah, one hand trap? No, not really sure. Eventually negate the Norito as well, get an extra machine on the field, and now I do have level 1 in my hand, the Pharos. It also has a built-in special summon effect of, well, you know, tribute a machine on your side of the field, so that's okay, I guess. Polarization to get the Eternity on the field, and now the cool thing here is Eternity should have the built-in protection effect active, since yep, I have a Mega Fleet, a fusion machine monster in my graveyard, so now the opponent cannot, I believe, target it and destroy it by card effect, so pretty much only by battle. Unless Ignister. So yeah, that's the story of this new support, right? Cards like Ignister can instantly get rid of it and at the same time prevent your Pharos in your graveyard from triggering and, you know, eventually search out power bonds. So, okay, I get where this is going, but it's just not enough for, you know, a power bond addition, a power bond engine in your main deck. Going for the first turn Overload Fusion because I have a second copy. Overload Fusion is just, I think you have to main deck 3 copies. It's just so good, and also it fuels your banished pile to go for the cybernetic, you know, polymerization, right? First turn, summon Sorcerer's Pleiades, Infinity, and the Infinite, what is it? Again, I'm not going to butcher the TCG name, but again, it's a solid field. Raigeki forces out Infinity, but still have the Breakthrough Skill alike card set, and Pleiades, of course, to bounce back. So nope, the opponent won't get the attachment, and now I should be able to attack for game, right? Pleiades is going to force out the back row or bouncing back, and yep, this should definitely be enough for game, right? Going for the Zieger, and I should be, yep, definitely Overload Fusion, and this is definitely more than enough to attack for a game. So again, the new support, definitely okay, right? But Pharos, Power Bond, not really sure they are needed, probably not. Another duel against Pendulum, which is, I think, the last one, also a good one. So again, getting to start, normal summon Core. The fact that you have so many options to sort out Core is very clutch for this deck. You can tutor pretty much everything, right? Summon Sorcerers, get Ghost Ogred, okay, that's fine. Some minuses on my part, but I can still recover. Thanks to the gazillion search options this deck got. I also saw that a couple of hours ago the a new Cyber Dragon trap card was revealed, very similar to the I think Metamorphosis, but again it's a trap card, so it's somewhat slow, it needs to survive, I think. Not really sure if I would main deck that new Cyber Dragon trap card. It might be a one copy, but again not sure. I have to read the effect like a second time. Well, anyway, having Zieger on the field, okay, that's all good. I have a couple of plays ready for next turn, just in case if the opponent gets rid of my monsters, right? I still have Engage. Engage can search out a cleaner, you know, the Afterburner, I believe, so destroy a monster on my opponent's side of the field, and the spell, so that can be important, but having enough recovery plays in my hand, especially thanks to Galaxy Soldier and Core as well. So, yep, here the Afterburner again, very much needed to also get rid of the trap card. yeah, Magician, Pendulum, Graph Trap, and now I can eventually go for game thanks to Zeger, and I believe the Overload Fusion as well. Yep. Pretty much doubling the attack of Rampage, using the Harpy's Feather Duster effect first, and that's definitely enough to go for game. So, lack of Power Bond action, but as I mentioned before, this kind of version, this kind of way of running the deck is much better, I think, much more consistent than going for the Suicide Power Bond play. You could tech, as I do here, with the Firewalls, the Power Bond, but again, I don't think you need that. The best card of the new support is the Cyber Load Fusion, the quick play spell. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.